It's the winter festival season, and international competitive ice carver Stanley Kolonko is spending this late chilly afternoon in the North Country. Even though Stan travels the globe, he always makes time for carving in the small towns around New York State.
They had an IceFest going on. I did a bunch of installations all around town. I started in culinary school, kind of got interested there, liked doing it a lot, tried to do it over the years as much as I could. It was a hobby, and that became a job, so it's kind of a dream. I did a chef job for years and years and years and years, and just thrilled to get out of the kitchen.
The New York native has been carving for well over a decade, long enough to make it look and sound easy.
We use templates. We come up with a drawing, we make a template that fits the ice, we put that onto the ice, and then we remove all the stuff that doesn't need to be there, and we come up with a sculpture.
But if you want to get into specifics, it isn't quite that simple for Stan.
I make the ice in special machines. It's purified water. It freezes very slowly over a 3-day process with a circulating pump, so there's no air in the water. The ice can be purchased through an ice plant, but it's quite costly, about $75 to $150 a block. So I kind of prefer to make my own. Every time I go to another event, I learn techniques. That's why I started competing 15 years ago. I go and there's people from all around the world that use different techniques. And that's kind of my classroom every year. I look forward to it. This year I'm going, next week I'm going to go to Michigan. Come back from there, I do a couple more festivals, then I go to Alaska for a while. It's just like any other competitive sport. It's not really a sport, it's an artistic thing. It goes all the way to the Olympics. It's a medal event in the Olympics. It's a great camaraderie because I'll go from here to Michigan, to Ohio, to West Virginia, and then to Alaska and see the same guys. We travel every year, and we all learn, and we work together around the country too, so it's awesome.
What he's learning on the global stage, he brings back to New York winter festivals, like in Long Lake. The locals are hopeful that the ice installations will help attract business and tourism.
They're enthusiastic about their town, so. They like their bears and snowmobiles. It's good for the tourism they get here. I love the North Country. It's typically cold enough up here. Unfortunately, today it's not, but it'll cool off at night. I travel all around, and sometimes we deal with warm and wind and rain, and up here is typically good.
The total sculpting for these two pieces take less than an hour. Just in time, too, because it's getting dark out.
No real problems today. My only problems are the fears of the warm weather, and we're past it for the day today. It's great. They got to get through tomorrow. They give them some blankets and stuff to cover these, and hopefully it'll last a few days for them. In the North Country, typically, if the weather is good, they could last a month, but they could last an hour too. It's a temporary art form. The beauty of it is I do it for an event. It's for that event only, and it'll never be recreated exactly again. And I get to come back and do it next year.